Yeah, and the crazy part about this is not only did the murder play a huge part in the indictment, man, a lot of the bookkeeping at Unique Entertainment or Unique Enterprises or whatnot was a big part of the investigation as well, man. So it looks like he was running a charity, and the charity that he was running, they're alleging that the charity was, was all bad. Like he was actually allegedly taking the money from the charity and just basically paying himself and using that money for his own means, as opposed to take.
He just not, he don't seem like he's very smart. You feel me? Because they saying that, it wasn't like he was just transferring the whole like amount of the money to his personal bank account, but he was still transferring shit to his personal bank account. He wasn't smart enough to find another way, but it's really, look, bro, it's the karma at the end of the day that really came and bit him in his ass, because like you could say a lot of people respect him, like probably most of that with a lot of these people just be fear, like they probably just fear because they didn't heard or they know or like that. But man, this ain't the 90s, 80s, or the early 2000s, boy. He get put on his pocket, but
nah, that's true. It's a different time.
It's the last crime of that boy for no reason, bro. That's like that's some goofy to like shit. I'm not saying if he did it or not, but for somebody to do that, like a 58-year-old, just to shoot a 19-year-old up 6-7 times and one in the face for like a few lines on a song, is crazy, bro. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, I don't understand that either, man. Like at that age, you should be matured enough to laugh any rap lyrics off. Come on, man. You were alive.
You don't trust your sons ain't like that or whatever, because he got sons that I don't know what his sons do, but I thought he had a few that was up under him from up over there. I'm like, damn, I was just be thinking everything, but it's like he seemed like that type of person that he gotta carry out the vendetta his self, bro. And I wonder, I'm like, damn, man, that boy probably felt something, like, because they said on the report that it's a camera of him pulling up to this Airbnb, and I guess the boy went in there and got his suitcase. But if I was that boy, I know he felt something. He should have acted on it and tried to leave, bro. But maybe he played it off to him. Maybe he acted like he didn't hear the song. I really don't know. But when I was up, and
I was thinking about that as well. I was like, well, what if you dropped the diss song? What would make you get in that car and leave with him? Like, I wouldn't trust nothing he had to say. But I'm thinking they probably, he used to live with Big U, so he probably thought, they'll talk about it. Maybe they might even fight or something like that. It won't really be nothing like that. But obviously it was, according to the paperwork.
Oh yeah, I don't know, bro. That's crazy. I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. I don't even. That's some crazy.
All right, Milk. So I wanted to ask you about this. Now, also in the paperwork, while we're still on this topic of this whole Rolling 60 Rico Operation Drawdown or whatnot, they made a point to talk about checking in and how checking in was basically a gateway for these gangs to extort people, man. Did you see that part? What did you think about that?
I mean, that part, I'm not really, that part is like, shit, get your money. Like, shit, I guess, you feel me? Like, get your money. I mean, if you figured out a way, if you figured out a way to get money, I guess get it, bro. But like you shouldn't be putting it on the internet. Like a video popped up of him like 12 years ago, like at a movie that was being filmed on Crenshaw somewhere, bro, and he went over there saying that he got him checking in, or he gonna check the equipment of it. Can't say that camera, bro, and really be doing it.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. He was bold enough to say that on camera.
Yeah, if they found a way to get the money, I guess, bro. But like given the ways he was getting it was crazy. I don't know, bro. It's just like, if you doing it, why are you broadcasting it on the internet? That don't make no sense.
Yeah, and you're referencing the video of Big U on the street. They were filming a movie, and he said, hey, y'all want to film here? Y'all got to check in with me, type of deal. And kind of said it with his chest out. Now, what I was referring to, though, is like the whole process of checking in, excuse me. Remember when 6ix9ine went on the whole tirade about I ain't checking in nowhere, and everybody just, kind of gasped? It just looks like, I hate to give it to him, he might have been right, because based on the paperwork, it looks like a lot of the gangs were using rappers from out of town or whatnot who checked in and basically were extorting them. Like if they did get robbed, it was the gang who was robbing them, and then they say, hey, we'll go get your stuff back. It was like checking in was basically like an extortion ring. All right, Milk. So I wanted to ask you about this whole checking in thing, right? Now, in the paperwork that came out in this whole Operation Draws Down in this Rolling 60 RICO indictment, they made it a point to talk about checking in. And they made it seem like checking in was a way that this gang was using to extort rappers and NBA players or NFL players or people coming from out of town, man. It seems like anytime you check in, you pretty much open yourself up to a whole bevy of things that could go wrong, and basically an extortion ring. When you saw that, what did you think about it?
It happens. I mean, it happen, bro. It's either you gonna come out here, especially if you gang banging. Like if you from a hood if you from outside of California and you banging a California hood and you come to California, you gonna have to go with them people. And that's still extortion, because it's still like, they trying to see what they can get. Like, is he gonna buy some, whatever? And if they don't get that, some people are robbing, bro. And but you got some people, that's that. I just never understood that, bro. I'm not about to pay nobody to be able to come to nobody's city or town or state. I'm just not doing that.
Yeah, it sounds like a bad idea from the gate, man. But a lot of people used to love doing that. And Schoolboy Q had a funny story about that, where he talked about the fact that he was like, yeah. So Schoolboy Q had a whole part in the interview where he talked about that, where he talked about the fact that people would come in town, check in, end up getting robbed by the people they checked in with, and then they call him to help try to rectify the situation. And he'd be like, man, y'all are being stupid. I'm at my house chilling with my kids playing the video game. You know what I mean? I'm not going to come out there and help nobody. So stop checking in.
Yeah, because I mean, like, bro, because they come out here, bro, and you could check in with one person, but if that person really ain't, if it's other people that already like basically could punk him or whatever, bro, they gonna do whatever they want to do, bro. Or if he feel like you ain't doing, even if like, I just don't understand like how this conversation go. Like, do they be like, hey, I want such amount of dollars every time you come out here? But I'm pretty sure some genuine people they could meet though, if they do find the right people that'll be like, not trying to extort them for no money, but just, I guess, would want them as like a friend, like that, like a relationship, business wise, or like content, just to know them, shit like that. But yeah, bro, I'm not checking in with nobody. I wouldn't even trust that, because if I'm like, bro, that's crazy. Checking in, like, that's crazy.
Yeah, it seems like a horrible idea, to be honest with you, man.
Yeah, it is horrible. Imagine going around a bunch of killers and robbers and whoever with a bunch of jewelry on, and what are you going over there for? Like, you going to give somebody some money, bro? It don't make no sense. They gonna book you for everything, bro. But it depends who over there, though. It depends who it is. They might not. They might see the bigger play, but then if things don't go their way, or they might not get you, but they might try to have you call people over and like maybe have a little party or like that, and the next thing you know, people getting booked or something.
Yeah.
So you gotta the best thing to do is to stay away. You got to be really just paying attention to like that. You really don't have to come check in. See, people say checking in because they think, bro, but if you come out here like and you move right and like that, you'll be okay, bro. You'll be okay.
Yep. Yeah. They say, man, and that was one of Schoolboy Q's points. He said that, when you come into LA, just go over there or the nice part of town with the, folks. And I hate to put it around but you know what I mean. Just go over there, have you some real fun where you don't have to worry about any type of hood gangster stuff, and you'll be just fine. You know what I mean?
Well, to a certain degree, because then you got, maybe they could find out that they over there. It depends. Like, you know, it really depends. But I'm telling you, for the most part, bro, you don't got it. It depends what you coming to LA to trying to do, to where that's just their way of getting some money. You feel me? That's their way. They even found a little low key extort, like a little play to get money. So they saying, check in with us or you gonna get robbed, and they gonna be the ones coming to rob you. Probably not the people that told you that, but they're sending somebody to book your ass. So it's just crazy all the way around, bro. I'm not, what do I look like? Somebody saying, hey, you gotta pay me to come out here. That's crazy. I gotta pay you to come out here. I'd rather pay somebody to, pay you to come out nowhere. That's crazy, but it happens, bro. They, in that paperwork, everybody knows Shaq and all he didn't had going on, but you know, they got a lot of people named in that paperwork that was getting extorted.
Exactly. And I'm glad you said that, because that was my next point. I was going to talk about this whole Adrian Broner situation. Now, it says AB in the paperwork, but everybody's saying it is Adrian Broner because it names a professional boxer who was actually cheating NBA players out of their money in dice using fixed dice. And it was on Big U's part to go back and get the money from him, man. So what did you think about that part?
Yeah, that's crazy. When I first heard about it, I didn't know that he did the dice game. But if he did that dice game, he deserved everything that they was gonna do to him, for real, bro. Because you don't come in no dice game with no trick dice and take people money. That's crazy. Because if we find that out and you done took 1.5 from 4 of us, you might not make it up out of the situation.
Yeah, and I was thinking about that. I was like, well, this is a dangerous situation. And one of the topics we talk about later, it's going to involve somebody who's heavily into gambling. And I just shooting dice, all that. It just seems like a wild situation as far as, like, you know, how in the world do you want to stay safe and still do this?
Well, I mean, you taking a chance. It depends, bro. But them is NBA players. It's not like he punked them or something. He came in with some trick dice. You know, he did some weird, like, but dice games are tricky, bro. Rest in peace to Takeoff. I mean, he lost his life at one, but he ain't the only person. Dice games get tricky, bro, but you just gotta, you know, so you can't just be anybody at a dice game, though. You gotta be somebody, because, you know, so.
Yeah, and you always learn coming up. You never want to be the new guy to a dice game, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But I ain't shot dice in years, to be honest with you. Like, a long time.
Last time I threw some dice was in a casino. You know what I mean? I ain't doing nothing but that.
I ain't shot dice on like a curb. I mean, it's been about 10, 15 years. 15 years, maybe, to be honest. It's been a while.